months of unsupervised driving, you should avoid carrying passengers. Passengers are the most dangerous component when you're a new driver, whether you're 16, 18, 25, 30, because we're social. You're going to want to talk to your friends, you're going to want to interact with your friends, but as a result, your friends are going to make you crash. If you cannot prevent a person who has been drinking from driving, you should refuse to drive with the person. That's really hard because we have peer pressure. We don't want to say no to our friends. We want to be liked. We want to be very popular. But sometimes you got to do the hard thing and say, I can't take you. You have identified the driver ahead of you as possibly a drunk driver. The first thing you should do is maintain a safe following distance. Drunk drivers tend to follow taillights, so you want to increase your following distance. You want to call 911 because usually the drunk driver is the one that kills parents, your friends, innocent people. The drunk driver usually never gets hurt. Country roads are the most dangerous roadways for young drivers. They have soft shoulders. It's hard to see. There are no street lights. And as a result, a lot of people drive really fast. When do fatal crashes of young drivers occur? Daytime on dry roads. So you as the driver, if you're driving, you need to drive slower. If you're a first-time driver, and many of you are, it takes 10 years, you need to drive slower. Impaired depth perception and drinking driving causes the inability to judge distance. When you're driving, you have to look left, you got to look straight, you got to look right. You have to process all this information quickly, and then you got to make a good decision. The most dangerous time period for young driver fatal car crashes is 2 to 5 p.m. You're a young driver. 2 to 5 is the most dangerous. If you're in college, you're leaving college. If you're in high school, you're leaving high school. If you play a sport, you're leaving the sport. If you're in college and you're lucky enough to play college sports, practice is over. It's Wednesday. Your friends are going to the bar. They're going to happy hour. So you need to say, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and wait a few minutes, make sure I'm good, I'm hydrated, and then just go to the dorm, go home, chill out. Over 80% of young driver fatal car crashes occur during what weather condition? Fair, dry weather. It's a beautiful day. It's 80 degrees, it's 70 degrees. We saw a lot of motorcycles out yesterday. We saw people driving really fast. You have to be aware people are driving super fast. Not fast, super fast. Super fast is 100 miles an hour, is 90 miles an hour. On what 2 days of the week do most young driver fatal car crashes happen? It is Friday and Saturday. You just got your check. Your team won the football game. You got paid. You got your car tuned up. People get really excited, happy Friday and Saturday. The percentage of young driver males involved in fatal car crashes is at an all-time high. Unfortunately, males die first. I'm sorry to report that. It's true. We're losing too many men. They're driving too fast. I'm a male. I need to stand up and say, young man, slow down. Males drive more aggressive. They drive faster. But hold on. Our girls are coming up. Dad's got a Hellcat. Mom's got a Trackhawk. They're driving just as fast as the boys. So we've got to communicate. We're tired of losing young men to fatal car crashes. In your age group, that 16 to 25, that 18 to 36, the most likely way you'll die is in a car crash. And I'm pausing for a minute because it's a senseless loss of life. When I was coaching in high school sports, coaching the JV team, a young man and a varsity kid went out to get some food. He lost control, hit a tree head on, and died. He never returned back before the game started. And a month later, we went to his funeral. I can show you the tree where he hit it and the car wrapped around. Sorry. Of which of the following is the self-imposed anxiety related to aggressive driving? I'm going to be late. That's the number one reason you're going to speed. If I'm late to work, I'm going to drive faster. If you're late to school, you're going to drive faster. If you're late to work, you're going to drive faster. If a scout is coming back to high school, hey, come back. The scout from Texas is here. I'm going to drive faster. So try to leave a little bit earlier. It will help you. Research indicates that young driver brains are not fully developed to age 25. I'll say it again. Research indicates that young driver brains are not developed to 25. So you think about that. 25, your brain is not fully developed. Add 10 years, that's 35. So if you don't learn to drive until 18, 19, 20, each time you drive, those experiences imprint in your brain. Okay, it's raining. Turn on the wipers. Slow down. Oh, I see kids. Slow down. Stay to the left. The light's yellow. Slow down. I'm in a parking lot. Your friends just jumped out in front of the car. Slow down. For every 500 miles driven, the average driver makes at least one near collision. The average. Some of you are below average, some of you are above average. You get above average by driving more. If your parents are scared to let you drive, you won't learn. If you're older than 18 or 19, it's going to be really difficult. Mom and dad are working. They don't trust you. You don't have a job. You're lying around the house. You have friends over. You got to develop your trust early. Why should I trust you when you don't have a job? Why should I trust you when your teacher's calling? Why should I trust you when your probation officer called? I used to be a probation officer. You don't even understand. Your age group, you get in trouble. Research indicates that errors and inexperience account for the greatest percentage of young driver crashes. Inexperience. You don't know how to drive in the fog. Black ice. Roundabout. Around semi-trucks. There's so many weather conditions that happen. If you must leave the roadway at a high rate of speed, you should search for an open spot. What does that mean? There's the space to the left. I need to get to the left. Cars are rear-ending each other. There's the space to the right. I need to get to the right. Keep space. I always tell you that. Have good speed, good space, and a smile. Why are you tailgating? Why are you driving aggressive? No one cares that you have a Mustang with the supercharger. No one cares. Arrive alive. Then go to the car show. Which of the following is not a principle for controlling consequences of a vehicle crash? Hitting an approaching vehicle rather than a stationary object. You want to avoid a head-on collision. They are the most dangerous. The largest single category of error for young drivers leads to improper visual search. I didn't see the little kid. I didn't see the car backing out. I didn't see the light change. I didn't see the truck pulling out in front of me. You are traveling on a two-lane road and an oncoming driver drifts into your lane and is headed straight to you. What is a good rule of thumb to remember? You can almost always miss a object rather more quickly than stop. Sideswipe. You want to sideswipe an object. Avoid a head-on collision. You're about to be struck from behind at a stop sign. You should release the brakes. If you decide to leave the road to avoid a hazard or emergency, you should keep in mind that you may be unable to re-enter the road because of the shoulder conditions. Taking two or more drugs together increases the side effects. It's called synergy, because this class is about driver awareness, alcohol and drug awareness, because too many young people are getting addicted to drugs at a young age, and then Alcohol leads to marijuana. Marijuana leads to other medications. This is it's the stepping stone. It's a gateway drug. It opens us the gate to more drugs. The first principle in controlling the consequence of a crash is to avoid a head-on collision. When you are taking your knowledge test, your TIP test, these questions are very similar. You need to be taking notes. You need to be visualizing. Crumple zones in a vehicle help reduce the force of a crash into a solid barrier or object. So the front of the car crumples like a piece of paper. It's designed to crumple around you and to protect you. You have to have on your seatbelt or you're going to be thrown out. A young man died 2 weeks ago. He was running from the state police in a Hellcat Charger going about 125, rolled the car 3 times, got ejected. The young lady is paralyzed. He got ejected. On average, after how many drinks will alcohol start to affect a person's driving ability? It's 1 drink. That 1 drink, you're lit. Oh, I can drive. No, you can't. And most states across the United States are very strict on drunk drivers. Straddling the center lane marker, driving too slow, or drifting in the lane are common signs of a drinking driver. When a vehicle hits a fixed object like a tree, what is the most important factor in determining how hard it hits the tree? It's the speed of a vehicle. Rubbernecking. This is when you look at an accident. You just hit someone. Rubbernecking. Rubbernecking is the term used to describe a person who is maintaining eye contact with the crash scene after passing it. The danger of a driver using marijuana is that it lessens the ability to maintain control of the vehicle. The best time to address distractions can affect the driving before driving begins, and it's the driver's goal to eliminate all distractions. If your friends are talking too much, tell them stop talking or put them out. Or they're not your real friends because all of your friends are going to use you. Can you take me home? Ava, can you drop me off? This girl don't even know you. Charles, can you drop me off? Greg, can you drop me off? I don't even know you. I'll give you $5. But what you don't know is they have something in their pocket and you ran a light and you're about to get pulled over. Now your car's impound and you go into juvie because your friend has drugs.